face the music, do the time.
Good evening, parents of the West Shore School District, and welcome to our midnight edition of the Watchdog Report here at the boiling point where we will be howling out some truths. So tonight, we are howling out some truths on Abigail Tierney. Now, I got a report today that it seems that Abigail Tierney has ticked off the Easter Bunny. I mean, really, if somebody can tick off the Easter Bunny, it would be Abigail Tierney. I mean, she was even trying to gaslight him, and I heard that they got into a very nasty argument, as you can see in the office of the West Shore. So this snapshot was sent to me by the Easter Bunny himself, and he also delivered some paperwork into my basket that I found kind of interesting. You know, there's something that I learned from the Easter Bunny, and that is that right to knows are really something. Now, we all know that anytime a conservative parent does a request for a right to know in the West Shore School District, they have a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is Ryan Argot, who we lovingly now call Ryan Forgot. So Ryan Forgot um is the gatekeeper, and he'll do everything in his power not to release the information that the parents are requesting. Okay. Well, let's just how we say the conservative parents are requesting. He'll make you jump through these ridiculous hoops, okay? And he'll play the game of semantics with you in order not to give you information, especially if it's one of his buddies. Now, we have requested various information on emails from Abigail Tierney, and it's always denied. We have received it from almost everybody else, but anything on Abigail Tierney is always denied. And that is, my friend, because she has a lot to hide. But you see, one thing that we, throughout this whole process, the parents have learned is that if you knock on one door and that door doesn't open, then you knock on another. So, case in point, we're no longer just doing right to knows on information that we want solely submitting them to the West Shore School District. That's not happening anymore. If we know exactly who the other company or person or organization that we are requiring information is, we are also going to send a right to know to that other company and organization, because one of them, usually not the West Shore, okay, but one of them will abide by the law and give us the information that we are requesting. And lo and behold, so the Easter Bunny, see, he did his right to know, and he got some pretty good information here. Now, I'm not going to disclose everything because some of this is sensitive information. But what I am is going to prove a point. Okay. We have said many a times that Abigail Tierney is the one behind the scenes stirring the pot and calling her woke mob out using people like, Danielle Gross and Julie Esteb and this other girl, Bingham, okay, um, to get her dirty work done. And every time we make, statements like that, she denies it. Oh, that's Mrs. Reed talking. Oh, that's Miss Harmon talking. Oh, 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 they're so hurtful. They're so hurtful. Oh, they're slandering me. Yeah, she's a great gaslighter. And I actually think that she is borderline narcissistic. I really do. Okay, especially when, she calls herself a Christian, guys. She calls herself a Christian. And I know that people say, don't judge. Well, let me help you understand about this no judge thing, because even a lot of Christians have that confused. Can a Christian judge? Yes, we can judge, okay, following the guidelines of the Bible. So what I say by that, if the Bible calls it a sin, it's a sin. If a Bible calls it, wrong is wrong. So there's no black and white. I mean, there's no gray area. So black and white. Okay. So there's no gray areas. So it's like if somebody, I don't know, steals a car. Okay. And I call him a thief. Am I judging him? No, because he stole the car. He got arrested, and he got arrested for being a thief. Okay. But we live in a crazy time nowadays that if you say that, then you're a thiefophobe. Okay. They'll add some sort of phobe to the end of it. But when it comes to Abigail Tierney, because not to go into many rabbit holes, sorry, Easter Bunny, a rabbit trail, sorry, Easter Bunny. Um, let's get down to business. Again, I'm not going to disclose certain content. Okay. But to show you guys, I have the emails in my hands. Okay. I have, and they're very interesting. It's a very interesting read. So if some of the mothers want to sit down with me one day and we can read them together over coffee, hopefully you got a boiling point mug. That's very nice. Um, we can do that. Okay. But the emails are here because what I did was that for respect of the content and how this content can be used. Okay. Currently, I won't disclose fully what the content says. I'm going to be very selective because I'm not here to ask right now at the moment. At the moment, I'm not going to disclose what the content says at the moment because as soon as I can, I will. Because in situations like this, we have to use wisdom. Okay. So at the moment, I'm not going to disclose what the content says, but I'm here to prove a point. And the point is that Abigail Tierney is a gaslighter. Okay. She's been gaslighting the community for about a decade. And everything that we say that she says is it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, has been proven factual. And today by the Easter Bunny himself. Okay. So this is dated back to April. And if you look at the date of this email, okay, of these emails that I have here, it is before the meeting when they were going to discuss removing Mrs. Say. Now, I have spoken, I have some friends, and I don't mean the West Shore, I mean in Northern New York and stuff, people that I went to church with, that also sits in various boards. Okay. And I asked them some questions. Are you allowed to disclose with the community beforehand any internal issues or any internal topics that, granted, you have to say it in the sunlight eventually, it's going to come out of the meeting eventually, but beforehand? And the reply was no. Okay. And we have been saying that Abigail has been doing this for a while. So again, if you look at the dates, and I'm going to show you right now, of this email, it was before the meeting of when they were discussing removing Mrs. Say, that praise God they did, okay, and bringing in Mr. Hall. But here is proof that Abigail is the person stirring the pot and calling the clown circus out to these meetings to make the school board majority look bad. Back in this time, the president was Mrs. Heidi Thomas. And I'll tell you guys, when I read this email, she's saying some really unflattering things about Mrs. Thomas. Okay. So this is why at the moment, I'm not going to disclose any of this. We will with time, and we will with time make another episode, and I will have some of the mothers here who are leading parental groups in the West Shore School District along with me, and we will discuss this openly. Okay, but this is not the time. So let's start. So this is dated April 9th, and if memory serves, the meeting for the solicitor, okay, changing of the solicitor, I believe it was April 12th or 13th. Now, it's being forwarded. If you've seen the meeting, it's forwarded. Julie Estep received this from Abigail Tierney. If you look at the bottom, Abigail Tierney sent this to Julie Estep, okay, on April 9th at 4:55 p.m. Julie received that at 5:16, okay, p.m. from Abigail Tierney. So Julie Estep, and she's constantly talking in our meetings, okay, is one of Abigail Tierney's minion. And one of the people that Abigail okay, reaches out to bring the clown circus out and start these emails and all this other stuff. But if you follow the line, Julie forwarded this to Janelle Bingaman. Now we all know Janelle Bingaman. Okay, she's one of the Tronites that was helping steal my signs, and when I was running, and I believe she also works. I'm not sure if it's in a teacher capacity or assistant teacher capacity or some sort of capacity or school aid, but she also works in the school. So she's part of the administration. And here we go again. Like we've been saying, the administration is against the conservative school board. Now it says, good afternoon. Since my email to you on Sunday evening, so they were already communicating the Sunday before this date, okay? Before this Tuesday, additional facts have become public of which you should be aware of. They are set out as follow. Now I didn't include what the instructions, okay, and what the information was, because again, that is possibly or could possibly be used in the sunshine violation. And if it is, I'm not going to disclose that at the moment until that is said and done, because even that, I believe, and I'm still digging, I believe that was also a setup by Abigail Tierney. But let's go to our, so here we already have, this is before the meeting, okay? Abigail Tierney is informing the public of what's happening behind them doors in executive session, okay, before the meeting, and calling her goons out. Now let's go to the second slide. She also puts in that same email, I attach those communications below, read from top to bottom. So she attached some communications from certain other people, okay? And these people are involved in the Sunshine Violation Act, or the bogus, or what I call the John Elliott, lawsuit, bogus John Elliott lawsuit. So they are involved also. So I'm not going to disclose that here yet, but she's telling them read it, from top to bottom, and she attached it. Okay, so she attaches. So she's already getting her goons out. Let's go to slide number 3. Here, right here, you can see her calling her goons out. So let me put my glasses, because you guys know I have very bad eyes and stuff like. Okay. Again, I apologize for filling your email inbox, but this involves a very serious violation of sunshine law and board members acting beyond their authority. I certainly will not be a party of violations to the sunshine law. Nothing was violated, and this is why she is gaslighting these people, like I said, that they don't have 2 peas for a brain. These are her minions that she can control, because she knows they don't have 2 peas for a brain, and they're just too ready and available to do her dirty work. I am deeply concerned about the consequences to our district and its residents on many levels. While I have found Brooksay's representation of the district to be stellar through the years, no, Brooksay's representation was not stellar. Brooksay was another person working with Tierney. I think they were buddies working with Tierney and Geisway and Stokes to silence the parents. So I'm sorry, it was not stellar. She's blowing smoke up everybody's, you know what. I recognize that an RFP process is helpful periodically. And an RFP process is helpful. Okay, it really is, to find the right person. The problem also here is, if we're going to go back to Stokes, to our previous video, when they hired Stokes, they did not go through that RFP process at all. At all. Okay, he was just placed in the position, plopped into the position. So yes, in a situation like hiring somebody like Stokes, it is extremely helpful. But unfortunately, they made the mistake of just plopping him in the position, and no RFP process ever took place. And I also have news reports of when they placed Stokes in, how Tierney was talking about how they did not follow the RFP process, and she was against it at that time. I support that process in an effort to be Sun. We have high quality counsel at the most reasonable cost. Now that was not high quality counsel. And then, have you seen and I can bring it up one day if you guys want to see it. After we let Tierney go, not Tierney, say go, one of their attorneys got arrested. I think it has something to do with, I don't know if it was drinking or it was pedophilia. It has something crazy. Okay, but I'll have to look it up and pull it up one day. Okay, there's no place for behind closed door maneuvering in the public sector. So it's funny, she said there's no place in behind door maneuvering, but what does she think she's doing with this? She's behind the door maneuvering. Okay, that's exactly what she's doing. And that's what a narcissist does. A narcissist will accuse you of doing something that they themselves are doing. But even now, the interesting part is this second paragraph. It says, thank you to those who have written to the board secretary already. So she was getting all her goons and her minions to write to the school board secretary. She wanted those emails to come in numbers. And did they not come out in numbers? And this is one of those meetings that we were referring last night when Christy and I were speaking, that Ryan Argot, okay, he went the extra mile to read the name of every person that was against Kevin Hall. But yet he had an issue with naming the persons that we submitted, okay, that was against the tax hike and for the policy, okay. But if you guys remember that night, he read every single name. So again, thank you for those who have already written to the board secretary. I encourage everyone who is able to attend Thursday evening's meeting. So she's calling the people to come out on Thursday, or her goons. Come out and bring, anybody that will come with you. She continues, a full audience is very powerful in conveying a point to the board. The doors open at 6 and the meeting begins at 6:30. Be sure to leave enough time to park and find a seat. All requests to talk must be submitted before the meeting starts. When you arrive, Rhonda Furman will be inside the door. She will explain how to complete the form necessary for you to speak. Remember to fill out your form completely. You must return the form for yourself before the start of the meeting. You have 4 minutes to speak. If you can't attend in person or prefer not to speak publicly, you can submit the comments electronically at boardsecretary@wssd.k12.pa.us. You must include your full name and address for your email to be forwarded to each board member. You must submit your comments before noon on the day of the meeting for the comments to be summarized at the meeting. Kind regards, Abigail. So have we not been saying that Abigail Tierney has been the one calling the goons out? Have we not been saying that Abigail Tierney has been the one using her minions, the people who are weak-minded, the people who I guess need attention and they're too quick to jump in and do her dirty work? And then she has the nerve, okay, to inform these people what's happening in executive sessions, what's being spoken about in the secret little emails. And lo and behold, Abigail, you claim to be a Christian, but you know what the Bible says: whatever you do in darkness, God will reveal into the light. So bang, zoom. So here we are. I mean, she's been gaslighting everybody, saying no, 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 and then claims that the conservative board members are the one talking to the conservative parents, when in reality, I can tell you they're not. Okay, we find things out because I stated before, New Cumberland is a small town. Some of these people that she trusts can't shut their mouths. They start running their mouths, they start talking to people, and within her own group, there's moles. Within her own group, within her minion, there are moles that are just too happy to relay what she's saying, what she's doing, what everybody else is doing behind them doors. Okay, when they're talking to Tyranny, because she's not even smart when it comes to that. Okay, there's moles even in her group. So that is actually how we find out, through those moles. Okay, so have I not just proved to you guys that Abigail is the one, the puppet master? Have I not proven to you guys that Abigail is the puppet master, calling these people out to come out to these meetings? Now, granted, it's a public meeting. Everybody is, entitled to come, welcome to come, and welcome to speak. But this is an effort. She's going out of her way to make sure that everybody shows up to come against the conservative board. Unlike just letting people come in if they want to come in, put it out in the agenda like we find out. We don't find out until 24 hours before, which it actually should be 48 hours before. But we don't find out until 24 hours before what is on those agendas. But these people here, Abigail and the left, okay? Abigail makes sure that the left knows at least a week or more before so that they can organize and bring their goons out. And we have to circus. So these clown circuses that we have had in the West Shore School District ever since the new board came out is the work as the handiwork of Abigail Tierney. We have another slide. So after she sends this, I believe it was Bingaman, and if I'm mispronouncing her name, somebody please correct me. Janelle Bingaman sends it to the Northern York Democratic Club. And they send it out to undisclosed recipients, to a full-blown, list of recipients. And they say, hello, friends. I am sharing this Facebook post written by Diana Miles with you because of the seriousness of what is happening in our West Shore School District. If you are able to attend Thursday board meeting at 6:30, please do so. If you are unable, please send in emails expressing your concerns. So thanks, Nikki. And this is from the Northern York Democratic Club. So let's follow the list. Abigail sends it to Julie Estep. And we all know who she is because she speaks in the meeting. Julie sends it to Janelle Bingaman. Okay. And Bingaman not only sends it to the Northern York Democratic Club, but she also sends it, if you look, and this would be, I would say, maybe what, slide number 2? Let's see. Let's find it. It says 3. Okay, so anyway, I have it right here in my hand. Okay, so Bingaman sends it to the Northern York Democratic Club. Okay, but she also sends it to 1, 2, 3, 4 other members, administrative staff members in the West Shore School District to come and voice their concern against our school board and against the RFP for Kevin Hall. She sends it out to C. Shaw, A. Peffer, S. Lenker, M. Cash. Okay? So if you follow it, it goes from, again, Tierney to Julie Estep, from Julie Estep to Jay Bingaman, that's Janelle Bingaman, from Janelle Bingaman to other administrative staff members of the West Shore School District, and from there to the Northern York Democratic Club. So did I prove my point, guys? Is Mrs. Reed making this up? Am I making it up? I know you're seeing this, okay? And I know Marty Burt is probably hanging on her chair right now, okay? Did I just prove my point? So before Marty Burt, I'm talking to you now. Before you start wagging that long tongue of yours, do your research. Other than that, roll that tongue in your head and keep it in your head. And Abigail Tierney, grow up. Grow up. Okay? This is not your courtroom. It's not your courtroom, and you are setting them up, and you know that you are, and you're a gaslighter. And you've been gaslighting this community for 10 years or so. It's time for you to get out of the West Shore School District. Leave that seat because you are a shame. You are a shameful person, okay? And you are an embarrassment to the West Shore School District and to the parents of the West Shore School District. I wouldn't trust you with my dog, much less my kid. So, again, as I was stating, parents, yes, it angers me because she sits there high and mighty. She sits there like she's a judge, okay? She sits there with her little finger calling everybody. She sits there distorting the truth, like when she said this week, okay, that the executive order from Donald Trump was ruled unconstitutional. At no point was it ruled unconstitutional. Her gaslighting the community and her minions that don't have 2 peas for a brain. So parents, And I'm sorry for being as aggressive as I am, but there's so many things going on, so many dirtiness. And let me tell you, there's more. I have more, okay? Because I also have one on Adam Trong. Oh, I can tell you at the moment about Adam Trong is that he loves text messages. That's all I'm saying. Don't you, Adam? Okay? He loves text messages. That's all I can say. But do not get discouraged when Ryan Argott denies your right to know, okay? Because there's other ways of getting this information. And if you know the organization, okay, that is involved, also the other organization, if there is one, okay, then do a right to know in that organization. The worst they can say is no. Okay, and not many organizations can say no. They have to follow the right to know. Okay, so I think I proved my point. I wouldn't trust this woman, okay, with my dog, much less my kids. I wouldn't trust a word that comes out of her mouth. I wouldn't. Okay. She obviously don't know the people that she's trusting, because some of these people, that she is trusting are releasing information against her, and thank God for them. Okay. So basically, when it comes to Abigail Tierney, it becomes the old saying, liar, liar, pants on fire. Her pants are on fire, do it as it should be. Okay. So that being stated, I'm going to encourage you to continue to pray for our conservative board. Continue to pray that God protects them from all the abuse that they're going through, not only from the left, okay, the left side of the community, but also within, okay, from people like Abigail Tierney, okay, people like Stout, because we saw that this week, okay, people like Geist White, with people like Hambick, people like Trone, okay, that loves to gaslight the community also. And just remember that, we have a primary coming, I believe it is May 20th for Region 2. We have Miko, and guys, I honestly don't vote for that woman. That's just bringing more woke trash. She is parroting Adam Trong with the cyber school stuff. They all like to attack the cyber school and the cyber school here, there, and everywhere, but they have no solution, right? Why? Because we have an ineffective administrator that refuses to, fix the issues what is broken in the West Shore School District, and I don't mean equipment. I don't mean equipment. Okay, so we do not need another woke, school board member. We don't. We need to finish cleaning out the West Shore School District. I highly encourage you to vote for Mrs. Kelly Brent. Okay, give her, another, turn here, another term. Um, she's been doing a good job ever since she walked into the West Shore School District. She's been attacked by Abigail Tierney and her minions. She has faced fire like you don't believe. I'm still trying to find the emails that will prove to me who called out the cancel culture out and the cancel campaign against Mrs. Brent. When I get it, I'll let you know. So she's faced a lot, all because she's been trying to protect the kids and do what is right for our children. Okay. In Region 3, we have Brian Geiswhite. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Geiswhite has been a problem for way too long. He does not respect parental rights. He does not respect parental choice. He's part of all this pornographic novels that we have in the West Shore School District. He knew that the material was in the school and decided to ignore it. This is one of the books that I myself found at the West Shore School District, Gender Queer. He denied that it was there. It's still there, guys. Is still there because I have children of other conservative parents informing me exactly where the book is at. As we know, his wife was the head of the LGBTQ club also. So say no to guys. Like, we gotta get, we gotta finish cleaning out the West Shore School District. This trash here, like this pornographic novel and stuff, we gotta get rid of all this stuff. We gotta get back to classical education and teaching and making sure that our kids, is ready for life, that they're ready and prepared. I encourage you, do not allow Guys White to remain in that seat. Region 3, please vote for Sandra Gonzalez. Okay, she is advocating to restore parental rights and transparency. She's also advocating for fiscal responsibility. She will have your back, and she will have the back of the kids. So again, I apologize because yes, I did get animated, but it's because you know what? We are tired. We are tired of this gaslighting. We are tired of this attack on a good group of people that are trying to do the right thing because these people want to hold on to their trash. I'm fed up with Abigail Tierney claiming to be a Christian and everything that she does is against God, the Bible, the community, and our rights. Okay, so it's gotten to the point that as we get these truths, as these right to knows come into our hands, we will expose them. So I think I proved my point. So, like I stated, not only has Abigail Tierney, accomplished ticking me off, okay, she has also ticked off the Easter Bunny. I thank the Easter Bunny for delivering this paperwork into my basket. And it is time for us to, show a united front. Okay, use our voices, use our pens, speak out because this mess has to stop. And I will keep you informed. Also, to my understanding, she is not running for Region 1. This probably is her last term, praise God Almighty. And we will have a Goodbye Abigail Tyranny celebration via a Zoom. Okay, and we're going to have fun that night. Okay, because Jezebel is finally leaving. So with that stated, this is Mariana from the Boiling Point, the Midnight Edition. God bless you. Have a wonderful Easter with your family. Have a wonderful Easter. Just like you ladies, I'm also cooking, okay, getting things done for tomorrow. He has risen. God is still on the throne. Jesus is God. He died on that cross because he loves you. He died on that cross to give you salvation. He actually took the burden of the sin, the price of the sin upon himself. Praise God Almighty that we have such a loving God. Okay, if you don't know him, seek him. If you want somebody to help you pray, give us a call. We will pray for you. So, with that being said, happy Resurrection Day. Christ has risen. Hallelujah, and he is soon to come. So, this is Mariana signing off. God bless.
Oh, I'm trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again.